Hey guys, happy Tuesday. This is going to be another Vlogmas from the car. A little chatty car vlog, I guess. I'm leaving a little early for work. I had to get up early this morning. Took Justin to his truck about 5:45. Then I came back and I debated on taking a little cat nap, or since I was kind of already up and mostly ready, working in my planner. So I took the time to catch up a little bit in my planner. Still not completely caught up, but I did some work in there and posted a few photos to Instagram. But anyway, so there's that. And then packed a few little snacks and a drink and thought I'd go ahead and head out. I'm debating on whether or not to go get breakfast because I have plenty of time, or if I just want to go ahead and go to work a few minutes early. I brought my box of Christmas cards that I have filled out. The only thing I have left to do is throw a stamp on each envelope. Then it will be ready to go. But one of the designs that I have kind of has like some raised elements on the front, to make it a little thicker. It doesn't really seem to be much heavier, just a little bulkier in the envelope. I mean, just the way it's made. So I think I may take it to the little scale we have at work and just weigh it to see if it's going to tell me that it needs more than a regular stamp for 50 cents, because I don't want to send out, which the majority of them aren't that design. The majority of them are the other design I had, because I had two different ones. There's probably maybe 5 that are like the raised ones, but I don't want to be sending those out, and then somebody receive it and say, oh, you owe 15 cents or 20 extra cents or whatever. I don't like that. So I'd rather check it myself. So I'm going to try to weigh it at work, and then that way I'll know how many stamps put on it, or if I need to have something added at the post office or whatnot, because I have some Christmas stamps to use. So hopefully it's not any extra and I can just use my cute little Christmas stamps and be done with it. That's the goal. Sorry, this road's a little bumpy, so my camera's a little shaky on this phone. But yeah, so I did knock that out. I have like maybe 4 or 5 more that I have to get together. Like I signed them and I wrote the people's names on the envelope, but there's like 4 or 5 people that I need addresses for. And I mean, I'm telling you, I really truly cannot keep up with an address book apparently. Oh, they're in the other lane. Cool. Stay in the other lane, people. So yeah, I had one for a very long time and then I couldn't find it, so I went and I bought a little cheap black one from Dollar General and started putting addresses in it. And you know what happened? As soon as I pretty much had it filled out, I came across the old one, and so I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever, And so now I have 2 around the house somewhere. I just don't know where. So yeah, there's that. I didn't really watch any TV last night. Justin was home and he watched a little bit of wrestling, and then he watched the football game. Who was playing? The Bills and the 49ers maybe? Bills and 49ers? I think that's who played. I have no idea who won, by the way. But anyway, so he watched the football game and I was mostly at the kitchen table. He cooked supper last night. He made spaghetti and garlic knots. It was really good. And then after he cooked, I washed dishes and cleaned up the kitchen. And then I stayed in the kitchen sitting at the table and, like I said, did my Christmas cards. So anyhow, but he had to get out on the road pretty early this morning, so we woke up like at 5 o'clock, and then I had him to his truck by 5:45. He doesn't park very far from the house. The little store's not too far, a couple miles down the road, so that worked out. But I'll probably be feeling it a little bit later. I'll be like, oh, I'm so sleepy. I've been listening to the Crime Junkie podcast when I have time at work. I can't always listen to stuff. Like, I don't have the luxury like some people, like the people who bill, they just have to do everything like on the computer screen, and they're just pretty much, keying in stuff so they can plug in and listen to music and jam out all day. If they, for the most part, there's sometimes they got to stop and do other stuff. But for the most part, they can do that. But with me working on collections, a lot of times I have to pick up the phone and call, Blue Cross or United Healthcare or Humana or whoever it may be, and say, hey, why didn't you pay this claim right? Or what's wrong with this? What do we need to fix? Or, I need to send in an appeal because you denied this twice, and, it should be paid. We have an authorization, blah, blah, blah. And I got to call and kind of argue a little bit or get some info or whatever the case may be. And so But occasionally when I have stuff I can work on that, like I can check claim status on a website or something like that, or I'm going through and working on some other little element to where I'm not having to pick up the phone, I try to plug in. And lately I've been listening to that podcast. It's really good. So if you're into like true crime, stuff like that, she has stuff about people that are missing or people that were killed, and just different type of stories. Some you've heard of, some of the more infamous people, you've probably heard their name or whatever, and some are completely new. But it's interesting, some of the stories, to see how things happened or went down. And I listened to one yesterday, and I'm not going to say the guy's name right probably, but it's like Las Pisa or something like that. I think his last name is Laspisa. First name is Bryce. And his story is really strange because he just he went missing. They don't know if he had a mental break or got hurt and doesn't know who he is or what, but he's been missing several years now, and his family's still out looking for him. They never found any evidence of him being killed or his body or anything like that, so they think he's possibly just there's a lot of kind of strange elements to that whole thing. They kept calling to check to see where he was, and then this Good Samaritan person was going and checking on him because he had helped him change a tire or do something, I forgot, and he was he's still in the same spot. And it was 6 hours after he had told his parents he was driving home. He was literally sitting in the same spot in his vehicle. So something was just obviously a little off. I mean, who does that, But anyway, it's an interesting case. It's just sad for the families, and I always feel bad for them. I guess I'm gonna run to Chick-fil-A because that's the way my car's taking me. I'm sitting here talking and just kind of barely thinking about it, and well, I'm here, so I guess I'm gonna run over here and get me some Chick Minis for breakfast. Great way to start my day with Chick-fil-A. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry for that. Anyway, maybe I should have slept instead of working on my planner. Maybe I needed that little nap. I'm going to be a little cuckoo today, apparently. Yeah, so my Vlogmas number 7 hasn't even loaded. I tried to get it to load last night, and it didn't. So when I get to work and get to the good Wi-Fi, as you know I call it, I will make sure that number 7 loads. And then today is the 8th, so Vlogmas number 8 will load as well. Justin is such a big child, y'all. He picked up his present that I wrapped the night before last when he was gone, and he's sitting there shaking it and poking at it. I said, if you rip a hole in that to see what it is, I'd be so mad. Then he tried to get Blaze over there. He was calling the dog. I said, no. I said, if I come home one day and all your stuff's open and you blame it on the dog, I'm going to know that's a lie. I said, because some of those presents have been there and been wrapped for 2 weeks now, and he hasn't been over there touching anything. He ain't been trying to scratch at it or bite it open or nothing. Thank the Lord for that, but he hasn't, and I'm like, you ain't gonna blame it on that dog. I'll know it's you. So, but anyway, let's see, what else is there going on? Not much. I think I've already mentioned our Christmas party is this coming Friday. We're going out to a place in Livingston called Diamond Gems and Miss Dinah's, and we were looking up the Facebook page last night, and they got some big juicy looking steaks. They look so good, and some different sides and desserts and stuff. I'm excited about it. Justin's excited about it because he's never been there, and he loves a steak, so hopefully it's going to be as good as they say. And but one lady did cancel on us yesterday. She got a text message, and her husband's boss is having a Christmas party, invited everybody to his house the same night, so Friday night at 7, and ours is Friday night at 6:30, 30 minutes outside of town, so there's no way she can be at both. So she's going to go with her husband to his, I guess. And so now it's down to just 4 couples and then one lady who's single, so I think there'll be about 9 of us, unless anyone else decides to cancel. Hopefully not, but I think we'll still have a good time. So, but anyway, that's really all I got right now. I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm next in line to order and everything, and I need to get my money out and all that good stuff, because they speedy up here at some Chick-fil-A. They try to get you in and out, so I don't want them to be waiting on me. Anyway, have a great Tuesday, guys, and I will be chatting with you again soon. Bye for now.